When you take a look at the plantain or the banana tree, at the base of the plantain tree, plantain trunk or plantain stem, when you take a look at the base towards the ground, you will see the offshoots. You will see little plantain trees or banana trees growing out from the stem towards the ground. That's the base of the plantain tree or the plantain stem or the plantain trunk. They're all the same. When the plantain is growing, it doesn't grow alone. Before the plantain produces a cluster that we call bunch, same as banana, it replaces itself, it reproduces itself, it rebirths itself, because it understands that once the cluster is produced, the bunch is produced and is mature for consumption, that marks the end of its lifespan, because the plantain will be cut down, the banana tree, the banana stem will be cut down. So the plantain tree, the banana tree, before they produce the bunch and the bunch matures for consumption or for sale, it has its next generation waiting to take over. The offshoots sprouting already, growing up already. Sometimes you could see about 2 or 3 or 4 around the banana or the plantain tree. So once the plantain tree is cut down and the cluster is harvested, that is the end of the plantain tree. But before then, it has reproduced itself. It has gone through the process of rebirth. What does it teach? Plantain tree, banana tree doesn't grow alone. It doesn't stand alone. It has its next generation surrounding it. Do not allow your source of income to stand alone. Do not allow your source of income, your business, your career, whatever it is that is your major source of income, your business, your trade. Do not allow it to stand alone. Don't allow them to be orphaned. Let there be next generation that could replace or rebirth or reproduce the profit they give to you. Let them be there surrounding your business or your source of income, because there is the possibility that anti-people's policies and anti-economic policies of the government could hit any business at any time, regardless of where you are, regardless of who you are. So what will become of your business if certain policies of the government is not in favor of your business? If there is an ecological problem, if there is a natural disaster, if there is anything, unforeseen circumstances occurred, just like, for instance, in the case of the COVID pandemic of 2020, okay, a lot of businesses went out of operation. What happens to your business if such a thing happens? What will become of the source of income? Surround your business, surround your capital, surround it with other offshoots, the next generation that can reproduce the same profit you're making from the same kind of business. You can reproduce it through another source of income, keeping you afloat, rather than shutting down your business entirely, going out of operation entirely. What else does this plantain principle teach? The owner of the plantain tree or the banana tree, we derive joy when the cluster is harvested. So it's either for consumption or for business. That is the profit of planting the plantain, the profit of planting the banana tree, the banana trunk. The profit is either for consumption or for business. Now, before the owner enjoys that profit, which is by cutting down the plantain tree or the banana tree, the plantain tree has gone through the process of rebirth and reproducing itself. In other words, when that profit is expended or is earned or utilized, in the next 3 months or 4 months, there is going to be the reproduction of another cluster that will give another profit, another benefit to the owner of the plantain tree or the banana tree. You see, plantain could live as long as 30 years. How does it do so? Plantain, banana tree, they could live up to 30 years, if not more than. It is through the process of rebirth and reproducing itself. That's how they achieve it. Now, a plantain tree produces fruit or produces its cluster once in a lifetime, because when that is done, it is cut down. But before it is cut down, it had already reproduced itself. It has gone through the process of rebirth. Therefore, the next generation of plantain trees or the next generation of banana trees are already growing up to sustain that very lineage of plantain or banana. I could remember when my mother planted plantain tree. That was around 1995. Till today, the plantain tree has produced several other generations that continue to produce more plantain bunch. And they are about 10 in number around the same spot where the first plantain tree was planted. This is how to keep your business afloat for a very long time. This is how to make sure that your source of income is still yielding increase, producing bunches of increase, benefits over time for so many years. Make sure that before you exhaust or you enjoy the profit you've made out of that contract, out of your business, out of your source of income, you have effectively taken it through the process of rebirth so that it continues to yield more increase rather than shutting down outrightly. Before you enjoy your profit, you planted the banana tree, the plantain tree, yes. But look around to see if there are offshoots that in the next 3 months or 6 months or 4 months, as the case may be, that will yield the same profit, the same bunch, the same cluster you are about to enjoy. Before you spend so much money on your party, before you spend so much money on your wedding, your child education, whatever event you're hosting, whatever occasion you're organizing, the total budget you're about to spend on such events, do you have the offshoots that are going to replace it in your account, in your business, in your source of income? This is what plantain does before it goes down. Practice this in your business. Practice this. Every money you make is not for consumption. It's not for expensive wristwatch. It's not for expensive gears or gadgets or electronics or luxurious apartments, cars, Porsche cars. It doesn't matter how much you earn. It doesn't matter how much you have. If you don't take your profits through the process of rebirth and you don't reproduce your profits over time, you're going to be out of business. You want your business to exist and continue to yield dividends, profits over the next 20-30 years. Practice and implement the principle of the plantain tree and the banana tree.